Here this nigga go talking that crazy shit again. Bear with me one sec. I gotta clean off my desk. It's junky as fuck. Alright, so let's get into this, right? I've been talking about Satan. And I feel like it's important to understand, who Satan is and what his job is and stuff. And like, I be asking people questions, to challenge me, if you feel like I'm wrong, tell me why I'm wrong. And nobody can seem to do that. Like, I get messages from Hebrew Israelites. They don't really try to go against the stuff that I say. What they do is post random Bible verses, usually from the New Testament. And they try to force me to believe in Christ and all this other crazy nonsense. They don't really have no real like arguments, so to speak. And, they will try to brainwash the people who watch my channels, that I post foolish stuff that has nothing to do with nothing. But anyway, the story is Satan. Satan is not an angel. So like I told y'all before, when you read in the Old Testament, God, the Lord, I am, he tells many stories within one story. This is a pattern you do not get with the New Testament. The New Testament, the writing is not as good, it's not as fluid as the Old Testament. Again, I read the Bible every day. I read it every day. So the reason I say Satan isn't an angel, because if we go back to the book of Job and we read the first part, it says, "Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them." Now, for those that don't know, sons of God is what the angels are. So when you see them say stuff like angels, they are referring to the sons of God. Now, the reason I say this is important, you have to learn the difference between the heavenly beings, those that are in heaven. Those that are in heaven have different rank systems, different orders. So a cherubim, although I refer to those as angels, I say a cherubim angel, but in reality, cherubims or sheriffs or cherubs, however you want to say it, those are not angels. And I feel like this is important for you to understand. So this is in the book of Job 1. I was arguing with Hebrew Israelites. They tried to tell me that, not even just them, Christians as well, white people as well. They tried to tell me that, Satan was an angel who rebelled against God, like I said in my previous video, even though that didn't happen in the Bible, old or new. And if we was to go to chapter 2 of book of Job, the Lord repeats himself. He says, "Then another day came for the angels to meet with the Lord. Satan joined them for this meeting with the Lord." Again, these are the sons of God came to meet with the Lord. He separates Satan from the sons of God. He separates them from the angels. This is God in the Bible telling you that Satan is not an angel. Satan is not an angel. Now, I came across this article because when I started reading the Old Testament and I started like reading the different Bible verses, I started to gain an understanding that God was telling me that Satan is not an angel. So I Googled it. I Googled it. And this article popped up, and they're trying to convince the person who's reading the Bible that yes, Satan is an angel, and what they do is mix the New Testament with the Old Testament to throw you off. Hold on one sec. And so, they're telling the audience that yes, Satan is an angel. So what they did was use Ezekiel 28 and 12. Now, let me explain this, and this is important. In Ezekiel 28 and 12, we learn about this anointed cherub, guardian cherub. We learned about cherubs way in the beginning of the Bible in the Garden of Eden when the Lord put cherubims to guard the tree of life, if I'm not mistaken. So what cherubims are bodyguards. They guard things. They guard the Lord. They covered the Lord. This is why in the temple in Jerusalem, when the Lord had them building the temple, he said, get a cherub that covers with where their wings is covering the throne, because cherubs are bodyguards. They're bodyguards. And again, excuse me, I'm not good with my tongue. So they're bodyguards. So as you can see right here, when the Lord asked Satan, where have you been? Satan answered the Lord, I have been roaming around the earth, going from place to place. Again, just because, I got a lot of King James motherfuckers over here. Sorry for the language. So Satan is pretty much telling people that he left the Lord's side. Remember, cherubs are bodyguards. They guard the Lord. They're his bodyguards. As you can see, Satan is not by the side of the Lord because he went to the earth and was walking up and down. He wasn't standing side by side with the Lord. So this automatically cancels out all of this. Automatically cancel all of this out. Satan is not a bodyguard. He doesn't guard the Lord. So, in other words, Satan is not an angel and he's not a cherub. But let's go back, right? Let's go back. Now, we can go back to the book of Job 1. Let's see. So when the Lord told Satan, behold, all the power is in your hands, but do not harm Job. So, just to give you an example. So when Satan left the presence of the Lord to test Job, a fire from heaven came. The fire of God came falling from heaven. Just pay attention to what I'm saying to y'all. So, when they say the fire of God is falling from heaven, a while back I told y'all that lightning is a symbol of God. Really is earth, wind, fire, and what's the other one? Earth and water. So when they say the fire of a God, they mean that lightning came falling from heaven. The fire of a God is falling from heaven. This is important because Christians will say stuff like, not even Christians, in the New Testament it says that they saw Satan fall from heaven like lightning. In the book of Job, Satan symbol well, not even symbol, but Satan shot lightning from heaven and burned up Job's sheep and servants and consumed them. So let me repeat that again if I lost you. Satan can shoot lightning from heaven. And he did that to Job, sheep and servants. So when they say the fire of God, they're really saying the lightning of heaven. Matter of fact, I believe one Bible translation. Again, I read all different Bible translations. I think it's this one. Nope, it ain't this one. Shit. But pay attention and say the adversary. It doesn't say Satan no more. It says the adversary. Just give me 1 sec. Yeah, here we go. A lightning storm. So when they say the fire of God came down from heaven, they really mean a lightning struck. Because when lightning strikes the ground, fire arises from it. Like when lightning strikes a tree, it catches on fire. So that's what they mean when they say the fire of God came from heaven. It's really the lightning of God. Now pay attention. This is important because as we can see right here, they're saying that God is the one who struck Job, but it really wasn't God. It was Satan. Now, why is this important? Because if we go to Deuteronomy 28 and 22, or if we even go to the book of Leviticus, it says that the Lord will strike you with wasting disease, with fever and inflammation, with scorching heat and drought, with blight and mildew, which will plague you unto perish. So we can see that the Lord brings disease and fever and inflammation, right? Check this shit out. When we go to the book of Job 2, and the Lord told Satan that everything is in your hands. He is under your control. Just don't kill him. So Satan left the Lord's presence and struck Job with terrible boils from the sole of his feet to the top of his head. So as you can see, Satan is bringing disease and illness to Job. Let me repeat that again. Satan is bringing terrible things to Job. So if God is telling you that Satan is bringing all these terrible things to you, right, on the Lord's behalf. So if we go back, remember, matter of fact, just to show you. So when Satan was talking to God, he said that if you strike Job, he's going to curse you to your face. He's going to curse you to your face. This is what Satan is saying to the Lord. So the Lord told Satan very well. So God is the one that's really calling the orders. He's the one that told Satan to strike. So it's the Lord, it's on the Lord's behalf. But Satan is the one doing it. When we go to the curses in the Bible, right? And they talk about all these striking disease and stuff. You got to ask yourself this. Who is the one doing it? The Lord is clever, I'm trying to tell you. The Lord is clever. The Lord is real clever. So I hope this video makes sense to y'all. Satan is not an angel. I guess you pretty much can understand who Satan really is. I'm out, y'all.